to me, I'm not a writer, and I'm not in the music industry at all whatsoever. But when I see somebody like you who like writes art, who observe musicians, and you write reviews and things like that, it's like, and now, like now is your time to take an artist. Like, okay, that was whack, and now you can go in there and say, okay, I've seen all these errors. Now, how do I make this masterpiece for myself to give you my identity with all these errors all these mistakes I've seen? Now, how do I do that and still be who I am? You know what I mean? And still, and even if you say it's whack, I gave it my best shot. I knew what not to, the mines and the bombs not to step over. I gave it my best shot. And if it's whack, then it's whack, bro. I can live with myself. You know what I mean? And if it's good, then what happens is that you become the new standard of, because it's copycat with everything, right? If something's done really well, people copy it. If something's done really bad, they avoid it. So now what happens is that the true MCs start like, he gets it. Because everybody now, there was a phase where people would just, I don't write nothing down, I just spit. And I'm like, I think you should take your time and write it a little bit. Exactly. Maybe we should go back to that class.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like, now you got 71 books. That's what I said. You look at the book and be like, this was.
But I agree with that guy, because when I do these works, I feel, when I look back on them, I feel like I gave everything I had in it. Like that's the best that I could do at that time. You know what I mean?
And then would you do it again? Because I guess that's the refinement, right?
Right.
All right, I did it. Let's look at the review.
Right.
What we like, what we didn't like. You know what I mean?
What's
and then
like
we go,
and what
how do we go in there
with
with this?
Yeah.
So when do you know you have a final, like, this is it? I trimmed the fat. You got the protein, you got the meat, you got the muscle. When do you know he says, I think it's time? Do you do like a focus group, or it's just all you?
Nah, with the music, it's definitely with King Kamal. I give it to the God, and he'll tell me, like, this is it.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to writing, after all these years, I just know. Well, when I'm writing, I just
it's automatic.
Yeah, you know, like most people write books, they have editors and they edit them. I don't edit. I don't have people edit my book at all.
So is it the subject? Is it subject matter that could get you more intense? Like I guess we were talking about, I don't know, maybe a financial hardship of a family. Could like a subject get your pen game like a little bit more fire in it? Like topics?
I think every writer is based on what their understanding is. If you don't have understanding, you don't have something unique to say that is special to the conversation, you're always going to have a problem. So it's two simple things. I try to have an understanding about things that I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
And then once that's done, all I'm doing is beautifying it. So when I write, even if it's prose, even if it's an essay prose, I try to write everything beautiful. Everything has to look as beautiful and as pristine as possible. You know what I mean? And by doing that, there's things that I do with that. There's things, I concentrate the language. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like a sculpture. You kind of concentrate it, you mold it to what it ought to be.
Because you did a poem, was it Friday, Thursday? You did a poem, right? And it started out real sweet, and then it got dark. And then it got sweet again. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what is he doing with us right now? Like, it was like, oh wow, Sunes has a heart, right? He's real. And then it got dark, right? Like a truth came that rocked your world, and then it came like, okay, this is what I thought. This event happened, and now I have a better understanding. And I go, wow. You know what I mean? Like it was a poem you did on Friday.
Yeah. When I was on the live, it was that was one of the songs on the album, The Tenderest Trap. You know, and it was a song where the first verse, I figured out how I'm gonna write and how I'm gonna destroy all commercialism. That was the point. Okay. Smash the billboard, everything.
Wow.
By the time I get to the next verse, in the first verse, I realized all I need now is a woman to be that.
Right. It was like, I was like, wow, this is nice.
I need that woman to be united with me so we could do this together, though.
This is
right?
Nice.
Yeah, right? It's beautiful, right?
This is nice.
But then when I meet her, she's really a spy, a piece of shit spy. And she ain't about
it got so dark. I was like, Sunes, what is going on?
That's what I said. Like, we was gonna destroy the billboard, but she wasn't about that, you know. And I metaphored like her body. I metaphored it like a pen and a pad. Like she, you know, I had a thickened pencil and her breastly beats. They destroyed me. Like, so her music was ruining my words.
You saw it, it was like, Sunes, how could you, right? But then it's like, now how could I? I was in the love game, And I didn't know that there's breaks and downsides to it. And she showed me, and now I'm hardened. You know what I mean? And it's like, but I still want to love. I'm hardened, but I still want to love.
That was the goal that we had, but that's a lot like a 5%er's life too. I made it with music though, but a 5%er's life is like we're trying to find the earth to do these things with, to be a warrior partner. And as we go through things, they like a lot of times when they go bad, they want the lavishness and the fruits of being that warrior that leads. But then when it comes time to it, though, they don't want the hardships. They don't want the difficulties that come along with that. You know? And so I kind of metaphored that into the song. And that's why it was called the Tenderest Trap, because the same Frank Sinatra has a song called The Tender Trap, and it's about women.
Oh yeah, because we talking about Tony Bennett. They were talking about Tony Bennett. And
Frank Sinatra has a song called The Tender Trap, so I called it The Tenderest Trap. You know what I mean?
The Tenderest Trap.
The Tenderest Trap.
Oh man, so
it
wasn't rhymed. He like read it.
Right, I read it. Even though it rhymes, I read it.
It started off like, oh my God, look at this. And then it go, oh my God, Sunes. Right? And then it just got harder. Like, okay, he learned. And I picked himself up. And now, but the irony is that I still want to love.
Oh
you know
yeah.
That's the irony. Like, I still want to love, but now I gotta put the hedge up.
The way that I got to this writing level, like in the song and in real life and all that, is because I did love.
Right.
So I can't get rid of that.
It's seasoned.
I just have to know how to put that love out there.
Because when you took, I was like, like you know how you take the reader through it, and the reader's like, oh man, this is wonderful. Wow, he went real.
Right.
He went real. You know the books that they sell in the CVS and the corner, like he went real romance novel with it, and I was like, wow, look at Susan. And then Susan was like, and then. It took a turn.
I didn't mean to be so dark, but those beats are very grimy. You know what I'm saying? I can't be all lovey-dovey and all that shit.
So does the beat sometimes? Do you write to the beat sometimes?
I let the beat take me on the cadence that I'll use.
Okay.
But I don't let the music tell me what I'm gonna say. I always have ideas of what I want to say.
The way you spit like you write without the beat, and then catch the right beat that fits with your rhyme.
Right.
Because that's how I grew up writing. I grew up writing in acapella.
Because I have a lot of things I want to say, so
right.
I'm going to say them anyway. And a lot of times, Kamal is giving me the frameworks of songs. So I'm going with his framework too, and going off that. You know what I'm saying?
So he's like the DOC of your crew, like the.
That's why I call him Quincy Kamal, because he's Quincy Jones.
Oh, so he's putting everything together.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
got you. Orchestrating.
That's pretty nice.
I take the challenge with this, so I don't like really pick beats, none of that. I have said no to no beats.
But
whatever he gives me, I use. I just use it.
But your ear for beats is phenomenal, because when that beat came on last week by mistake in my bag, and it came on, you was like, oh, it was a half a second,
right.
And you said, yo, that shit's crazy. And when I sent it to you, you heard it.
Right, that was a piece. Yeah,
right.
We do a song on that.
Yo, we're gonna do that.
You know, but it's like this exercise to me when I work with DJ Toshi and I do Classic Storm Radio with him. He decides the guests most of the time, unless he can't get one. And he'll decide guests that sometimes they're not like, lyrically they're not as easy to have conversations with, because their rhymes are just battle bars. So like, what am I going to talk about?
Okay.
Right? And so he gives me the challenge of like going through their work and constructing the interview, so it hones my interviewing skills. What is the worth of this music? What is it? Because he always has good music and good artists. So, but it gives me the challenge. Because the cheat code in doing an interview for me is if they have real deep lyrics, all you gotta do is ask them like, yo,
do you slip 120 in there every now and then?
All the time. All the time. And all the work, you know what I mean?
Like hidden.
Oh, no,
I hate when it's blatant.
I say that he's
I don't do anything blatant, though.
Sunez's style I call poetical lessons.
Yeah. When Jesus said half short, twice strong, I love writing like that. And that was fortified. Like firstborn Prince used to hate people building for a long time. So he has to, right? You know him. Used to build with him, and when I used to build, and he would wheel in, and I'd be up there building, and he'd wheel in the back, I'd be like, Terry's mathematics is really, and I would do it as fast as I could, you know what I mean? If I had like a long build, I'd be like, Terry's mathematics is understanding, you know what I mean? You gotta have the clear between revelation and purpose, and boom, finish it. Because if it went too long, I know he might like think it was whack or something like that, you know?
If Mecca did this.